Hi, I'm Annabelle Sims, and this is my Girl Scout Gold Award project, Creating Informed and Active Voters. This video is on the executive, legislative, and judicial branches at different levels of the government. Our government is made up of three branches: the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch. The purpose of having three separate branches is to ensure that one branch does not become too powerful and the government remains balanced. This separation of powers is designed to ensure that there are checks and balances within our government, which allows the country to function properly. First, there's the executive branch. The job of this branch is to enforce the laws. The executive branch at the national level is made up of the president, the executive department headed by the president's cabinet, and various agencies and departments. The responsibilities of the president are to be commander-in-chief of the U.S. Armed Forces. The responsibilities of the president's cabinet are to support the president, to advise the president, and to carry out the agenda of the president. The various agencies of the executive branch are responsible for enforcing certain laws made up by Congress. The executive branch at the state level is made up of the governor and other executive leaders, such as the lieutenant governor, attorney general, secretary of state, and many more. The responsibilities of the governor include issuing executive orders, preparing the state budget, making appointments for government positions, vetoing legislation, and granting pardons to criminals. The responsibilities of other executive leaders are to support the governor. Next, there's the legislative branch. The job of this branch is to make the laws. The legislative branch at the national level is made up of two houses of Congress, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The responsibilities of Congress are to draft and introduce potential laws, introduce articles of impeachment, and to declare war. The Senate also has additional responsibilities of confirming or rejecting presidential nominations for heads of federal agencies, federal judges, or Supreme Court justices, as well as agreeing to treaties. The legislative branch at the state level is also made up of two houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate. The responsibilities of the state legislature are to draft and introduce laws, approve the state budget, initiate tax legislation, introduce articles of impeachment, and consider matters brought up by the governor. Finally, there is the judicial branch. The job of this branch is to interpret the laws. The judicial branch at the national level consists of the Supreme Court and other federal courts. The responsibilities of the courts are to apply the laws to individual cases and decide if laws created violate the Constitution. The judicial branch at the state level is made up of state Supreme Courts and lower courts. The responsibilities of the courts are to hear cases appealed from lower courts, appeals court, and to handle issues ranging from traffic fines to divorce to murder, trial court. The state Supreme Courts are responsible for correcting errors made by the lower courts when the rulings made by the lower courts may not be consistent with the U.S. Constitution. This system of checks and balances exists in order to ensure that the government can function properly. Some of the powers of each branch are specifically designed to help maintain another one of the branches of government. This system is called checks and balances. For example, in the executive branch, the president has the power to veto any of the laws passed by Congress and can issue executive orders. The legislative branch has the power to overturn a president's veto with a 2/3 majority and can issue articles of impeachment. The judicial branch has power to deem any laws made by Congress or any executive orders issued by the president unconstitutional. This balance is what keeps the government functional and stable, and it is vital to our democracy.